Welcome back in our Small Business Spotlight, observing, inquiring, listening, and responding wisely. All things business leaders may not be doing often enough. Wendy Swire was an analyst on Wall Street and former government economist who now teaches executives how to transform their workplace. She's got a new book out this week, Anytime Coaching, that says every manager needs to know not only how to listen, but how to respond in a way that better guarantees success. Wendy, welcome. I like the fact that you come at it from a background where you know what analysts are looking for success, and you say some of the things you teach aren't just for Fortune 100 companies, but even more so important for small businesses. Why?
You know, small businesses face the same type of problems that our corporations do, but they have limited resources, not a lot of time. Often it's started by an entrepreneur or the founder, so they really are so focused on strategy and getting products out.
With this great idea,
exactly.
They may not have management skills.
They're not focusing on developing their employee, having conversations with their employees, and how to bring out the best in their workforce. It's really important that they do that.
There's a lot of good tips for success that you include in your book, but let's go through 4 of the main points that you then the viewers can read about and dig deeper. But let's start with observing. You say right now we are in what you call cognitive capacity overload. Our brains are so stressed out that we're not working on the front part of our brain that just sits back and watches and learns. Talk about observing.
You know, it is really, in today's world, we are at CCO, cognitive capacity overload, where we are just working, so many inputs are coming at us, and busy managers don't have the time to kind of quiet their brain and really observe not only how they're doing, but what's going on with their employees. So in the book, we have a phrase we call the fast results gene, and in Washington, we know what that fast results gene looks like, but it's really important to tame that gene and be able to really be present and aware and focused with your employees.
And you say inquire, question, ask things that are important. Talk about that.
Yeah, inquiring is that power of questioning. And one of the easiest tips is, are you really more of an asker or more of a teller in the workplace as a manager, as a small business owner? Think about being more of an asker. Ask those powerful, open-ended questions, and you'll get more information and more engagement from your employees.
When you talk about listening, you also say people have to do a better job, especially as managers, doing what you call extreme listening. What is extreme listening?
I'm really glad you like that phrase, Rebecca. It's one of my favorite from the books. Listening in today's world is really become, we say, almost an extreme sport. So much input's coming at people. There's, you know, iPhones and distractions. So to listen to employees and to listen to people in your office, you really have to make it extreme. You have to pay attention to it.
You have to be very focused. And the other thing I love that you teach here is try and look at what your bias is when you're listening. And this is one of my pet peeves. People come to you, they want to figure out why something happened the way that it did, but instead of truly listening and making it a learning moment for everyone, they're coming at it with, as you say, the bias of, I think you guys screwed up this, this, and this, and they're just waiting to jump in, interrupt, prove their point. They're not truly listening to what happened and how it can be done better the next time.
Yeah, and I really believe that if you can know what your listening biases are, you know, do you have to have the answer? Do you have to be the one telling the story or the joke? Then it can really help you become a better extreme listener.
And then just finally responding, and this is where you stress throughout this part of the book, positive, positive, positive. If you respond in the negative, you are going to see a negative result in the workplace.
Absolutely. How you respond is critical. And we know from research from the Gallup organization, 2/3 of workers are disengaged. So managers are talking to them. They're not responding appropriately. It's critical to respond and not always tell people what to do, but make sure that you're really listening, hearing, and responding appropriately.
And you're not saying give everyone a gold sticker.
No.
You're just saying if you're trying to fix a problem, look to ways that it can be fixed in a positive way, and sometimes don't always assume that there is a problem. Look for the good news as well.
Absolutely. Positive possibilities are critical. We're wired, our brains are wired to always be looking for the negative. So managers and small business managers and corporate executives need to wire their brains to really start to look for those positive possibilities.
It's a great book, Wendy. I'm going to use it in the workplace, and I'm going to use it at home as well.
Even better, yes.
Thanks so much for joining us.